A little more from NBC. It says, Bonner says that she understands parents know their children best and believes that both parents and educators have that love and care in common. Quote, the difference is that I have that love and care for all students, not just a singular student, she adds. In regards to the book that was challenged in my classroom, it was a message to the LGBTQ plus community in my room and in my district that they are less than. Okay, first of all, it's important to say that no, you don't, as the teacher, we don't have, if my child is in your classroom, we do not have love for my child in common. I love my child, okay? I love all of my children. I would die for them, okay? I would jump in front of a bus for them without hesitation, okay? I would jump in front of a bus for them without hesitation. I love them more than my own life. That is not how you would feel about my children, because they're not your children. So no, we don't have this. Oh yeah, we both love your kid. No, that's if that's the case, we are using the word love in the broadest and most meaningless way possible. There is, at a minimum, a distinct difference between the love that a parent has for his own child and the love that just people have for other people in general. That's a kind of charitable love that we're all called to love people in general. It's not the same as the love that I have for my child as a parent.
A teacher who has been teaching for about 20 some odd years in March held what she calls a book tasting for students. She's been teaching middle school. So these kids are like probably, youngest is probably like 12, 13, 14, adolescents.
And she's dedicated her life to public service, been teaching for 20 years.
20 years.
Just putting that out there.
I wanted to give them a smattering of fiction and nonfiction to choose from on a day that we called Reading Monday. We just read and celebrate books. She said over the years, she has watched her students graduate, go to college, only to return a year later because she says they had a tough time acclimating to bigger, more diverse spaces.
You know, whenever I hear Matt Walsh talk about issues regarding the LGBTQ plus community, there's one thing that always comes to my mind, like, why does he resent them so much? Like, what did they ever do to him? And by him saying all these things, right, does it make him feel happy about himself, or does it make him feel like he is standing up for something that is wrong with our society? I have never understood why people sometimes can be fear-mongering, can create fear out of nothing. LGBTQ are just people living their lives. And if you thought for 1 second that someone could be doctrined into becoming what they are not, then I really do not believe that. Because I could have been doctrined, or I could have still believed in what I learned in Sunday school when I was still going to the Catholic Church. I started going to the Catholic Church when I was quite young, and they taught us many, many things that I still remember up till now, but I do not follow them. I could have been doctrined if there was a chance that people could be doctrined into things they really do not believe in. Now, you could convince a child into something that that child does not understand, does not fully understand. Yeah, there's a chance it could be possible. It could be done. But when that child grew up and becomes a full adult, he is going to decide whether to keep on following what you must have told him or the doctrine he or she must have gotten from the parents, from the teachers, or just change course. The child is going to decide that. And if that child was doctrined into something that that child does not believe in, he is going to stop believing in them or believing in it. So this whole notion about training people about trans doctrine, it doesn't really make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And I have always said this, right? Politicians and influential people always know how to manipulate the general public. They are so good at that. They come up with things that are not even factual, with things that are not even worth our time. And they just throw it out there and watch at us fighting each other or fighting over it. They just sit back and watch. And we fight each other for nothing. Nothing. It's the same issue with the LGBTQ and trans in the US. We want trans here, we are for trans here, we are against trans here. Trans are doing this, trans are doing that. It was the same thing that they said about the jobs, that the foreigners are taking away their jobs. It was the same thing. So, whenever I listen to Matt Walsh, I just have one thing, or I just wish him one thing. He's a father of about 6, if I'm not mistaken. And I hope and I pray that his children turn out to be exactly what he hoped they become. Because I don't know what will happen to him if one of them, by any chance, decided to be something he does not approve. I don't know. And he mentioned that he can die for his child, but he doesn't believe the teacher can die for his child. So he again said that having a trans in the family is something worse than death. He said that. So I'm like, okay, if you love your children and you can die for your children, what if that child, that particular child, is a trans? Are you still going to die for that child? Or it'd be like, okay, you are trans, you're on your own. I mean, like, it's like this. I can, or I will give my life up for my children as long as they are exactly what I want them to be. If any of them, God forbid, came out to be what I do not approve, then they are on their own. So I really wish him well, right? I wish him well. I really hope for his own sake that none of his, I think 5 or 6, if I'm not mistaken, none of them became something he doesn't approve. For his own sake. For his own sake. But you guys out there, do you think that the teacher who resigned should have done that? Or the parents that filed the police complaint should have done that? And isn't school the right place where people learn different things? Shouldn't our children be open up to information so that they can have knowledge about many things and they can decide which one is good for them and which one is bad for them? Should we let them have just one set of information and not the other? Let us know in the comment section below, because like always, we love to hear what you have to say. And also, please don't forget to like this video, share this video, follow our Facebook page, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel, because little bit of good tweet like what you're doing just now help us a lot. And we shall forever be grateful for that. So thank you very much for doing just that. And like always, see you in the next one.